What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon here in Indiana, and we are getting ready to head to Indianapolis once again to pick up a 2013 E-Z-GO 48 volt golf cart that I found on Marketplace. So one of my flips, or that I hope to flip here. So hopefully we can get going and make this guy on time and tag along and see what we do. Guys, we have made it here. We're buying this from a church. It's an old church golf cart that they kind of take people to their cars and up into the building with. But we have picked it up. This thing is in really good condition. It's got some older batteries in it, but the seats are in perfect shape. The tires are good. The body is good. Everything about this thing is absolutely immaculate. So let's go ahead and get this thing loaded up on the trailer and head home with it. Guys, we are set up. This thing is on the trailer, drove itself right up on the trailer, strapped it down, set the brake, and we are ready to ride home. It is the next day here. I've got this cart home. I've went ahead and washed it and kind of cleaned it up and peeled the decals off the side and the hood. So I've thrown the charger on this thing. The batteries are kind of old. I think this thing's a 2013, and I think they're the original batteries from this thing. But it came from a church where they literally bus people from their cars to the front door, and they used it about an hour a week. And they haven't used them in the last couple of years. So I think they've kept these things on the charger and kind of kept them charged up and used them for maybe some special events. But hopefully my plan is this thing will hold a charge. I can sell it as is without having to replace any batteries in it, and just kind of clean it up and do my little touches on it. And hopefully within the next couple of days we can get this thing for sale and make some money on it. All in all, this is a pretty clean cart here. The body is in decent shape. It's kind of got some little scuffs here on the fenders where they kind of rubbed it off something, probably when they stored it. The tires look decent. There's one that's got a little weather cracking to it, but I don't think it's too terribly bad. I think we can just honestly clean this up, paint some of these little nicks and spots on the bars that are pretty easy to take off. And I'm debating on the wheels on this passenger side. Kind of have some rusty spots to them. I'm debating on painting the wheels. I've got some black paint, but I feel like if I do paint them black, then whenever I try to sell it, somebody will wonder or think think you've painted over something. I don't know with these golf carts if it's best to try to keep them all original, or if people wonder about those kind of things. So it's something I'll learn as I kind of go through the process. But so as I talked about the batteries, it came with a charger, came with the E-Z-GO charger. It's 36 volts. So it's got six 6-volt batteries in it, and they're the original golf cart battery deals. I've kind of looked online on what people are doing on these things, and people are putting 12-volt car batteries in them. There's a lot of mixed reviews on how they work and hold a charge. That may be my option, to just wire 3 12-volt car batteries together to make my 36 volts. But because I'm definitely not anticipating on going on any couple-hour cruises on this thing. But I do know that new batteries are going to probably help this thing sell. So even if I do have to spend a couple $100 on some new 12-volt batteries, I may consider it just so I can advertise it as new batteries. So I've got one of these handrails put back on, and as you can see, I mean, just the little bit of time that it took, 15-20 minutes to take this thing off, scuff it down, and put 2 coats of just new black on it, makes this thing look so much better. Part of buying and selling, though, is taking the risk, and I did take the risk. I bought this off the guy, and multiple times in the video I've said this is a 2013. And just the more I got to looking at it, the more age it kind of showed, and these things, I'm not super familiar with them, and so I can't really tell, you know, they all kind of look the same. So it's not really like I can distinguish a 2013 from a, you know, a new 18, you know. But as I got to looking, I looked up the model number on this one, and they say the last 2 digits in the model number, which is at L399, the last 2 digits are the year it's made. So this guy was way off on his listing, and I should have done a little more research and didn't have the know-how. But yeah, thought I bought a 2013, bought a 1999. So I still think I can get some decent money out of it, just not the payday I was looking for. But so I'm just going to go ahead and try to cut my losses in the best I can, and list this thing for sale, and see if we can make a little money. So guys, we are back. It is now 3 days after listing our E-Z-GO golf cart on Facebook Marketplace. I started out, which originally in this video I said I thought this thing, the seller told me it's a 2013. Turns out this thing is 14 years older than we thought. It's a 1999, one of those deals where I've never done it. It's a mistake I will probably never make again. So now that I know how to determine the year and the model of these things, but I do have a buyer coming. When I first listed it on Marketplace, I listed it pretty high just for the fact of I had a price in my head where I was going to list this thing at if it was a 2013 and just see what I could get, and it was nothing. So I've lowered the price a couple times over the last few days just trying to get rid of this thing. I've got it listed for $3,800, so at this point in time that would be an $800 profit for us after buying this for $3,000. And so then at this point I've got a buyer coming from Terre Haute, so about 45 minutes west of us, and they are headed here right now. So I'm going to get this thing moved out to the front of the garage so they can go ahead and test drive this thing. Alright guys, I have just left with the people who just purchased the golf cart that I had listed here. So I will kind of talk you guys through some of the details that I did, some information about my listing, and kind of walk you guys through and how I ended up making a profit in just 4 days and selling a used golf cart. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't want to sound super repetitive, but I bought a golf cart off Facebook Marketplace for $3,000. The owner told me it was a 2013. I brought it home and found out the thing was actually a 99. So that was kind of the first little speed bump we hit on this. I've dealt in selling used four-wheelers and not golf carts, so big mistake on my end for trusting the guy and not researching actually what the exact year of this thing was. The guy was a worker of a church and he was selling it for the church. Maybe me, I believe the guy. So actually got home, cart was 14 years older than I thought, so I had some kind of plans to build it up and do something with it and then sell it. But at this point I was ready to cut my losses and just make as much profit of it as I can and get it out of here and potentially go and buy another one. So I had it listed on Facebook Marketplace. I listed it on the 1st of May. So Today's the 4th, so 3 days ago I posted this on Facebook Marketplace. I picked it up on April 30th, so I picked it up Friday night, cleaned it up Saturday, had it posted Saturday night, and then here it is Tuesday evening, and I just sold it, and I'll tell you guys how much I made off of this. The guy drove down, they did not negotiate at all on price over Messenger. The lady found it, the wife found it, and told me that she'd sent it to her husband and he might be interested. So I sent her my number, and then the husband calls me and asks the questions about it and asked where I'm located, and they came down. They didn't negotiate price over Messenger at all. So usually people try to beat you down on that stuff, but they were some kind of old schooler people. They were an older people looking for it for a campground. And so once they get here, he then asked me where I'm at on price. At this point, I'm asking $3,800 for it. And I told him, I'm like, this guy made the drive down knowing that the cart was $3,800. He's probably got $3,800 with him. So I told him, I'm like, price is $38. I've had it listed for 3 days. I've got quite a few hits on it. You guys are here. It's kind of where I'm at. So then he hits me with a $3,000 counter offer, which is exactly what I have in it. And at this point, I'm not looking to just break even on this, because again, I've got my fuel and my time in it, which I kind of consider. So if I can't make $300 or $400, the least I've made on one is $500. And so if I can't make at least $500 on the job, I kind of let it be. But so I told the guy, I said I can meet you in the middle. He offered 35, and I told him I could meet him in the middle of 36. So we went and talked it over with his wife, came back, and at that point we had a deal. So I feel like I gave them a good cart. The batteries stayed up. The cart was in really good physical shape. The seats were in good shape. It had good tires. The thing was cosmetically 100% at what it should have been. And for a 99, I would consider it even one of the top carts that are still out there right now. So with that being said, I'll kind of give you guys a little rundown on what I did. So little rephrase, I paid $3,000 for the cart. I will give myself a $100 allowance for, just me putting gas in my truck, wear and tear on the vehicle. The only thing I did buy for this was a can of black spray paint to just kind of clean up some of the bars on the back of that, as you've seen in the video. Gas in my pressure washer, soap that I used, and that's basically it. So $100 is a big allowance for actually what I did. And with that being said, so $3,000, I made $3,600 off of it, or I sold it for $36. Take $100 out of that, I've made $3,500 is what I had after my expenses. And so altogether, I realistically made $500 off of this deal. 100% profit, 100% cash, all in the matter of about 4 days. And so this one was a little rockier, and it kind of didn't end up being the video I was hoping it would. Just for the fact of it ended up not being the year I thought. So I could have made a lot more profit off of it, and it would have been a lot better video for me to advertise as, I made $2,500 off of a golf cart rather than I made $500 off of it. But it's kind of a learning experience, and it's one of those things, if you guys have a little bit of free money laying around that isn't tied up somewhere else, it's definitely a smart investment, but I would still consider it, it's a little bit like gambling. There's always a little bit of risk, but I would call it a high reward. $4 or 4 days side money for $500 profit, I would definitely take. And I would say I had an evening in it after work on Friday, picking it up, and we even stopped for dinner, and I will consider this even paying for my dinner on Friday night. And we met some friends at a really nice restaurant up by where I bought this, and then I had a little bit of time on Saturday cleaning it up and posted it for free on Facebook Marketplace, and here I am 4 days later, and I am $500 in the green. So I definitely would consider doing one of these again, but now I know to do my research on them and check the model number or the manufacturer number and the serial number. And now I kind of just, have got the first time jitters of buying a golf cart out of the way. and hopefully there are many more to come, and hopefully you guys can do the same and follow a little bit of these tactics that I've showed you, and hopefully you guys go out there and make some good side money. So there's money out there to be made all the time, and it doesn't cost you anything to look. Facebook Marketplace, 100% free, and it's just one of those things where you find a good deal, you negotiate a deal, and later on down the road you're making a little bit of a profit. So hopefully you guys found some benefits in this video, and hopefully I didn't drag you guys around too long. It kind of totally derailed when I realized this thing was kind of not the year I thought it was, and I about aborted the video and just kind of deleted all the footage and was like, I'll get them on the next one. But I said that with the last 6 4-wheelers I bought, and never made a video thinking I might get burned on them, and I didn't. So here's a video for you guys. Hopefully you guys can give the video a thumbs up if you made it this far along. Give us a comment down below. Let me know if there's anything that you guys buy and sell that are making money off of, or if there's anything that you guys have gotten burned on like I have. And definitely help us hit the subscribe button. Help us grow this channel a little bit, trying to throw some more content at you guys a little bit more, and trying to give better content, and trying not to ramble at the end of these videos so much. So hopefully you guys tagged along and didn't bore you to death. So hopefully you guys can subscribe to this, and we will catch you on the next one.